Hey everybody, Dr. Tammy here. I'm going to do a quick little video for you about being beach ready and my trip to the beach. Don't I look like I've been to the beach? Well, I haven't recently. So how do I get the tan look like I've been to the beach? So I want to give you 3 ways to be really beach ready because this is really fun and you can look like you've been to the beach. And in fact, when I'm really tan, everybody says, oh, you look like you've been to the beach. And when I'm not, people say, are you sick? Are you okay? Are you tired? So it's always good to have a little bit of color, right? So how do you do that healthy and how do you stay out of the sun? Because unfortunately, when you get to be a little bit older, like myself, the sun damage is really, really hard on you. So I'm going to go through 3 different things that you can do. And the first one is self-tanner. That's the best. And I don't like to go get those big tan spray things because like the spray just seems toxic to me and my skin just breaks out and just the fumes and stuff. I don't like that. So I do like self-tanner. So I'm going to go real quick the best way to do it. And I'll tell you, there's a couple of products I'm not fond of. And the reason is because if you've ever used a self-tanner, you know, they stink, right? So I don't like the stink, and you kind of smell like a stale skunk, if that's even a term, but I can't even really describe the way a lot of them smell. So I will tell you that some of the products that I've tried have been like the Sally Hinson and the Banana Boat, and I used to do this a lot. You can get a lighter color, you can get the deeper colors, but the summer color with the Banana Boat, I really liked the way how smooth it went on, but it did stink. And then the Airbrush legs, you could actually use it on your face and they make a smaller one that you can use on your face, but it gets off on your clothes a lot. So if you're wearing a white bathing suit or something like that, that's totally not cool. So when you're going to self-tan, one of the most important things that you need to get is one of these gloves. Very, very important. And you can't miss this step because you'll have patchy areas if you don't use the glove, because you need that for the smooth. Couple tricks too is when you use the glove, you want to make sure kind of get down in the grooves of your hands and your fingers, but not on the bottom of your hands, because if your hands are orange, that's not good. And what's interesting is self-tanners actually work on the top layers of the skin. So you have to make sure that you're really exfoliated well, because if that's not really smooth, the self-tanner is going to be chunky or it's going to be broken up. So you want that smoothness. So I really highly recommend that you get a good sugar scrub. I actually make this myself. I get that brown granulated natural sugar, and then I pour liquid coconut oil or coconut massage oil in it, and you can make it smell really good. You can use kind of the shea butter oils. I get that at Walgreens, and I make my own. So I actually bought this to start with, but I make my own, and it works really, really well, and it smells so good. And with the oil in there, it just kind of gives you that smoother surface so that your skin's not dry when you put it on. I also I got this, it's called QRX Labs, and I'll try to put the link in all of the comments below so you guys can find this stuff. I got this on Amazon. It's glycolic acid 20%. And so this is a really good exfoliator too for like the face or the neck. You want to let it dry really well. And if it starts to sting a little bit, it is glycolic acid. It's like a chemical peel. Make sure you rinse it off really good with cold water. The higher percentages, like 60 to 80%, you have to wash off. But this you can just kind of let it dry. And I'll use that in the morning sometimes. And then when I use my sugar scrub, I have one of these really, you can tell it's got like tanner stuff on it. But I use one of these little, you can get them in the makeup section at like Walgreens or Walmart, and it's a little scrub sponge. And so you can kind of get your elbows, because if you don't get your elbows, it will leave that patchy, dark, orangey area on your elbows or around your knees, all the ankles, not cool. So you don't want that. Okay, so what do I like? And I will also say coconut oil is really good because you want your skin really smooth, but don't put this on right before you put all your self-tanner on. So I'd say do this at night when you're going to exfoliate, and then if you're going to put your tanner on in the morning, or put this on the morning after your tan so that you can smooth that out a little bit. Love coconut oil. And so anyway, the self-tanners, let's get right to them. This is called B-Tan. I got this at Walgreens. It was probably like $6. I got the little glove, and it was probably, I want to say $8 or $9. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, this is called Too Tan to Give a Damn. And this is my absolute favorite. It doesn't smell at all. It goes on like a gray foam, like a gray mousse. So you can't really tell that it's tanning you when you actually put it on, but it goes on really smooth, and the color is just amazing. It really does look like you've been to the beach. This is by B-Tan as well, and it's called Love at First Tan, and it says it's a violet base, so it's kind of a little purpley gray base. But my favorite actually is the 2 Tan to Give a Damn. This is a little bit milder, and they kind of give you the ratings here on how dark they are. So this is a milder one. And so that's great. And so use your little sponge, your little glove, and put it on. This is a nice one because this is immediate. So if you're going to, go out or something and you want to wear some little shorts or something, this is not like the Sally Hinson. It usually doesn't, don't get mad at me if it does a little bit, but if you let it dry really well, it doesn't it hasn't gone on any of my white shorts or anything like that. So I like this one too, or if you need just a touch up. But again, make sure your skin's really smooth and clean and that you've exfoliated before you go spraying this so you don't get any patchy spots. So I really like this one. This is Jergens Natural Glow. This is cheap. This is like $4 or $5 at Walgreens. I absolutely love it. It's the Natural Glow, and it has daily moisturizer and firming. So, the last thing you want when you're in your little bathing suit is to have cellulite. So it really will smooth out the cellulite, and I don't have any stock in any of these companies. So except for the one I'm going to tell you about at the end. So that's my disclaimer, full disclosure. But so this is great, and it's really good too for like the old lady crepey skin that you get. I talk about this all the time. I just can't, I love this stuff. Can't hardly live without it. This is medium to tan, and it will actually tan your skin, but not like the self tanners will, but it will tan your skin over a few days. And it's nice to sort of maintain your self tanner skin. So I really like that. And the last one I'm going to talk about, this one is kind of a pricey one, and I just thought I'd try it. It's called Vita Liberata, and I got it on Amazon. I'm a little embarrassed because it was like $40, so I don't know. Sometimes you think if something's more expensive, it's better, but it isn't always. It's nice. It's not as good as 2 Tan to Give a Damn, but, and it does kind of go on in a brown color, so you could self-tan and maybe go out for the evening or something like that with this. So this is nice because it gives you immediate color, and none of these really have a smell or anything, so I really like that. However, this company Vita Liberata does make this stuff called Body Blur, and I have it on right now. It's a little bit dark, and when I do my TV show, this works really well because it's so smooth and it really will bronze you. And I still put a little bit of makeup on over this, but I'm going to order a little lighter color. This is the mocha color, and it's a little dark, and unless you have a good base tan or you're kind of that olive, Mediterranean type color girl, this is a little bit dark, so just kind of check your colors before you order, but this is really good. And then this is something called BB cream, and I actually ordered this a little bit too light, so I went a little too dark and a little too light with this, but this has an SPF 30 in it, so this has a great sunscreen, so this would be a nice thing, and it goes on like a really soft moisturizer. So if you don't want to put a bunch of makeup on and you just want to smooth out a little bit with this BB cream, you can get that on Amazon too. This is probably about $10 to $12, I can't remember, but anyway, it's oil free, so it's not going to clog your pores or anything like that. So this is good, and it'll kind of smooth things over. And then when I need a lot of makeup, like when I'm doing TV or something like that, I will often put a little bit of a nice base over. This is a Maybelline base. It's called Dream Urban Cover, and it also has an SPF in it. So of course, if you want to protect your skin from the sun, this is good to have all these SPFs. And so I want to share a little trick with you, and this is so cool while we're talking about this. I used to always put my makeup on with a sponge, and it seemed like it was uneven, and it didn't seem like it went on really smooth. So I learned this little trick. This is called Eco Tools. This is at Walgreens. And this is just a little case that has like a little bristly brush in it. And this will make your makeup go on so smooth. So it's kind of like using the glove for your self-tanner, but it's this little brush and it goes on really smooth. And then of course I put a little powder on over it. Now I bought this little thing a little while back. A friend shared this with me, and this is totally fun and it's so goofy. I saw it on an infomercial years ago, and I thought, that's hokey. Would that really work? And would that get on your skin and stuff? But no, it actually really does work. This one is called Art of Air, and it is a makeup airbrush, which is really crazy. So it looks, the little pin looks just like this. Fits right here on a little hose. And fits just like that. And then you turn it on, and I don't have it on right now, and it was just really, but you just kind of put the makeup, and it comes with all of these colors. So you can use a light color if you don't want to self-tan or haven't been in the sun, or it comes with darker colors. It comes with a primer as well, and it goes on super, super light, which is really nice. And but it's really good for TV, because when I do my show, because I can do it a lot darker, and it's really good coverage. It is a little bit, it's almost like you have a mask on though. So it will last and last and last. So if you're gonna go out or something, it will be there when you get home. It washes off, soap and water, no big deal. But I find that it is a little bit too matte. When I put my powder on it, I just feel a little bit dry. So I don't know if they make different things that you can put in here. If you guys know, you can put in the comments if you've ever used one. But it's good for just temporarily for a show. I found when I first got it, I was like using it every day thinking this is my makeup. And I did find that my pores got just a little bit clogged. So I wouldn't say this is maybe an everyday thing. You might not have that. I also love coconut oil. It helps smooth the skin, helps with the saggy skin and the lumpies and the cellulite. Because cellulite's really just a moisture problem. It's not, it's just the cells are sort of sagging and breaking down, which I also love. Bioidentical hormones, because you know I'm the hormone queen, and so of course menopause and being old, I have to do that and keep my skin healthy. But I love coconut oil. So if you put a little base on under this and then hydrate your skin real well, and then give yourself a break and then put this on, you'll probably be okay, because coconut oil actually will has an antibacterial property and won't clog your pores, and it actually will go down in the pore. And partially what acne is, or clogged pores, is infection. Basically, it's like a little bit of staph on the skin that makes a pimple, basically. So anyway, love coconut oil. Okay, and so I also, since we were talking about skin and skin integrity and the health of your skin, looking like you have that summer glow, is this BioTrust. I absolutely love it. The same friend who told me about the airbrush told me about this, and this is just a little bit of a collagen powder that I put in my protein shakes, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And I've really noticed a difference in my skin since I've been doing this. And I'm kind of skeptical, you know, over the years. I'm very particular about supplements that I recommend and supplements that I keep investing my money in. And so I'm really digging this. This is the second pack I bought on this. And then of course, last but not least, you want to look good in that bathing suit, right? So full disclosure that I said in the beginning, I want to share just a little bit of something, and that is my supplement company, which is Carb Melt and Melt. And so summer's coming. I find that people have really reached out to me and told me their success stories. I had a couple friends from high school reach out, and one of them's lost almost 60 pounds. So that's real significant. And she just started a few months ago, and you know, results may vary, right? And so everybody's different, but I keep hearing these wonderful stories. And I'm not saying that you need to be healthy and change your diet and exercise. But some people are coming back and telling me that they really haven't changed that much. So this is awesome. This is Carb Melt. And people ask me why Carb Melt and Melt. And Carb Melt is a what we call carb blocker. So there's an enzyme in your stomach that breaks complex carbs down into simple sugars. So if you can't break down complex carbs into simple sugars, then you can't absorb it as fat, and your body will preferentially use fat if it's not available. So this is kind of nice because it's also got some catechins, which are green tea natural stimulants. So I use this instead of coffee in the morning, which is super nice. And there's a lot of other things like magnesium and raspberry ketones and pretty much the kitchen sink. If you've seen it on Dr. Oz, you've seen it somewhere that it's a weight loss supplement, it's in here. So, I mean, you could go out and you could get like all the ingredients in here and spend a ton of money, but anyway, or you could get it all in here and you know, just invest just a little bit. And and have all those things for insulin resistance specifically. And since I am, you know, the hormone queen and everything's about hormones, there are fat storing and fat burning hormones. So you want to minimize your fat storing and maximize your fat burning. So this is everything to minimize insulin and help with thyroid and estrogen and all those things, which are very significant for fat burning and fat storing. So anyway, love this. And also sugar causes something in the skin cells that causes the skin to break down and the collagen. And so this also, if you don't have so much toxic sugar in your system, the aging process is lessened. And also things like diabetes and all the things that go with disease and the aging process can all be helped with this as well. So I have some patients who have struggled with PCOS, younger women who can't lose weight. And when you use an insulin sensitizer, that really helps them lose weight, especially when they've struggled a lot. So just share that with you. So LipoMelt is about to get rebranded. It's going to get a new name. And people were confused because they were like, Carb Melt, LipoMelt. Well, how does Carb Melt if lipo means fat and that burns fat? So we are relabeling this Belly Melt. So insulin helps with sugar storage all over, and then Belly Melt helps specifically with cortisol belly. So it helps balance cortisol, and insulin's a fat storing, and cortisol can be a fat storing hormone, so the cortisol belly. So it helps regulate that. Plus it also helps with something called adrenal fatigue. It's licorice root basically that helps stimulate the adrenal glands. So it's got that stimulant effect like you would get from a prescription stimulant, but it doesn't have the overstimulation that doesn't keep you from sleeping. Plus, it's interesting because licorice root actually helps stimulate melatonin, which can help you sleep as well. And then it's also got a lot of other things. It's got enzymes in it. I put so much in there, I don't even know. I mean, there's 12 different ingredients here. But glucomannan, so it's got fiber, so it absorbs the fat, so you won't absorb it. So the Carb Melt keeps you from breaking down the carbs to get stored, and this kind of absorbs the fat, so it doesn't get absorbed either. So we've got lipo and carb, and again, this is going to be Belly Melt really soon. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and we're going to get you beach ready. And I haven't actually been to the beach, so I'm ready to go back again very, very soon, and I'm going to be ready. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging with me. If you would share this video, push the like button, and love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.